Welcome in everybody to the first ever Dose of Dion. Welcome in everybody to the first ever Dose of Dion 2.0 show live. Yes, this video is actually going to be live. Now, it's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to keep it like a show. So we'll see how long this gets, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. We're basically just going to be recapping what we've seen from the Detroit Lions. So I don't know how long or how many videos we'll have a week of this. This could be a 1 week thing. This could be a monthly thing. This may be even a daily thing. Now, it could be kind of hard to make it daily just because of how schedules work out and trying to upload and do all this stuff. But this is the first episode, so kind of a test type of episode. We're just going to see how this goes, but we're going to start off with some Detroit Lions news. The first thing that we saw is that the Detroit Lions are bringing in wide receiver Dontrell Inman, who was previously with the New England Patriots, to try out with the Detroit Lions and see if he'll make the team. Now, Dontrell Inman has been with the Detroit Lions before for a workout, but he has requested a release. Yes, that's right. He requested a release from the New England Patriots. So now he may end up with the Detroit Lions as we bring him in again. This is an undrafted free agent out of Virginia who played in the CFL for 2 years, where he actually came up with a cup. And this is a pretty big wide receiver that can definitely help out the Detroit Lions. So you may be thinking to yourself, why would we bring in another wide receiver? And I think it kind of makes sense what the Detroit Lions are trying to do here. Bringing another wide receiver could definitely make sense, but I do believe we do have a lot of talent on this team currently with guys like Travis Fulgham, Brandon Powell, Andy Jones, all of those wide receivers. We have really good competitions going on. So I don't know if we're necessarily going to need to bring in another wide receiver. I think the only reason we would do that is if we're not confident in some of the depth that we currently have. And that was really the reason we brought in Jermaine Kearse, right? To be that maybe fourth wide receiver. Well, he gets hurt. We don't know how long he's going to be out. I've heard out for the year. But now we have to look elsewhere. And is it going to be one of these young guys that are on the roster bubble? Or is it going to be potentially a new wide receiver and Dontrell Inman? I think this would be a move the Detroit Lions could make. I don't think they have to do it, though. I do like some of the wide receivers we have. I really like what I'm seeing from Chris Lacey and Andy Jones. And overall, I think we have a lot of depth there, and we don't necessarily need to go get another wide receiver. So that is the first story of the day for the Detroit Lions. Now, hopping into my second story of the day, we have Matt Patrica. And Matt Patrica is really liking what he's seeing from a guy named Myles Killebrew. Now, who doesn't like what they're seeing from Myles Killebrew, right? Myles Killebrew playing really well for the Detroit Lions at this time at that linebacker position. And last season, he didn't even get one snap. He didn't get one snap. Myles Killebrew did not get one snap on the defensive side of the ball. Instead, he was just strictly a special teams type of player. But now, this season, he may get a lot more snaps. Okay, this guy's moved from the safety spot to the linebacker position, as really his whole playing time was in jeopardy with the Detroit Lions, because at that safety position, he didn't seem to be able to get it done. But now he's moving to that linebacker spot, and he's played a lot better. In his first two preseason games, he's looked really good as one of the better defensive players that we've currently had on the roster. So now, fighting for a roster spot, moving to the linebacker position may have been the best move that he could have possibly made. And Matt Patrica seems to think so. Matt Patrica believes that he's getting a lot more comfortable, and he's becoming just a better and more aggressive player for this Detroit Lions defense. And we know that Matt Patrica wants those guys that are aggressive on the defensive side of the ball. He says that last season, Patrica didn't think he was as comfortable as he is this season. But now moving in the linebacker role, he seems like he's like a natural fit type of there. And I think he is. I think for Myles Killebrew, with the skill set that he had, the big hitter that he was coming out of college, coming into the Detroit Lions, not really ever finding a role, it now seems like he's beginning to find a role with the Detroit Lions at that linebacker spot. And I'm really glad that we brought in Myles Killebrew and really changed him to that linebacker position. So I believe he will make the team for 2019. I don't think he's going anywhere. But so far, I really liked the move that we made to go bring him in. Now, the next story that we have, I just lost my story sheet. You know how it is. All right, the next story that we have is looking at some of the over-unders, okay? Because right now, the over-unders just came out for the whole NFC North. And obviously, they didn't give the Detroit Lions much love. I mean, is anybody at this point surprised that they don't get love when the over-unders come out? No. Okay. And this one was very similar to the other ones that we've seen. The Bears at 9.5 wins, Packers at 9 wins, Vikings at 9 wins, and the Detroit Lions at 6.5 wins. Yeah, that's a pretty big drop off. I mean, how does everybody get 9 wins and we got 6.5? Like, how does that happen? There's just so much. There's very little respect for the Detroit Lions going around. And the Packers, in my opinion, have way too much respect. How are they going to get 9 wins? Like, where is this coming from? Why do people just randomly believe that the Green Bay Packers are going to be a good team every single year? Like, is there any year that they don't believe the Packers are going to be good? It seems like every year they believe they're going to be a playoff type of team, maybe win the division. And then they don't, but then the next season they gave them the same ranking. So it just seems like the Detroit Lions don't get much love here. But I don't want to go too into detail on this one because it's very simple. Detroit Lions aren't going to get love. They never do. And yeah, it looks like they're really going to have to earn it. But I feel like even if they did, again, it would be the same hate. I don't know what it is, but I'm not really as mad about the Detroit Lions thing as more the Packers thing, because I just feel like they're constantly overrated and they really don't deserve to be rated as high as they are. Now, this is a story that actually kind of came out today, and a lot of people have been bringing it up, like maybe they think this is true, and that is Matthew Stafford injured? Because apparently a lot of people are like confused. Hey, this guy ain't playing in preseason games. Maybe he's injured. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. I never thought that was the problem. I thought it was just a rest type of thing, and I was glad that he wasn't playing in preseason games. But I know a lot of people were thinking, hey, maybe the reason he's not playing because he has some kind of back injury from last season, because as we know, we learned he had like broken parts of his back last season. So maybe this season that's kind of carrying over. Maybe it's coming back. Maybe that's why Matt Patricia is giving him rest, which he never does, right? Stafford doesn't rest. He doesn't miss practice. So maybe that's why he's not playing in these preseason games. But Matthew Stafford says there's no need to worry, guys. I'm healthy. He says the only thing that it really does is little core exercises to begin the day, and that's it. So for me, I think, there's not a lot of surprises there. I wasn't worried about Matthew Stafford. It looks like we got a man in the building. We got Sip Detroit Media. What's up, man? How you doing? So let's get back to the story. Stafford, we will have a little Q&A at the end if you guys want to. If you guys want to throw out some questions, I can try to answer those as quickly as possible. But Matthew Stafford seems to be a healthy player, and he seems to be fine. I'm not worried about Matthew Stafford, and honestly, I'm glad he's not playing in the preseason. I don't need to see Matthew Stafford out there. I think this was something that just came up because they were worried, and I know some people are still worried that maybe he is hurt, and I don't think that's true at all. I'm right with you, Gridiron Blitz. I think he's fine. So hopefully, there's nothing going on there, but I don't believe there is anything going on there either. I think we kind of just, sometimes we look for stories out of nowhere. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. Now, my next story is with, not really a story here, but it's taking place of two players that are currently on the Detroit Lions and really good players on Lions. And those guys include Mike Daniels and Marvin Jones Jr. Marvin Jones Jr., the wide receiver for the Lions, and Mike Daniels, the defensive lineman that we brought in. As we know, Mike Daniels had to deal with some injuries, and he really was dealing with that foot injury. But now he is back to practice. Thank goodness. We needed Mike Daniels back out there. He said that he may be back for the Texans the week before, but now he's back, and we see him back at practice. So that's a really good thing to see. I wasn't really worried about rushing him back. Mike Daniels is a very talented player. He's proven in this league. We don't need to see anything from Mike Daniels at all. And also, same thing with Marvin Jones Jr. He is back at practice. He had a sleeve on his arm, but we didn't really know what it was for, right? This was an undisclosed injury, so we weren't sure why Marvin Jones was out, why he wasn't showing up to Detroit Lions stuff, but apparently he was wearing a sleeve on his left arm. So hopefully everything's okay there, but again, he is back to practice, so that's a really good thing. So those are basically my main stories that I have. If you guys want to hop into like a little bit of Q&A, or I'll read some comments real quickly. Let's see what I got. Dontrell Inman, but I heard he's coming for a visit. Yes, that was the first story that we hit on today, Jordan, is that Dontrell Inman is coming in for a visit with the Detroit Lions. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I don't think they necessarily need to bring another wide receiver, but I can see why they would. It's really in how much confidence you have with your players. Jordan, it's all good. It's all good that you're late. What we're going to do is, obviously, this is going to upload, so you can watch it back if you want to. Don't worry about being late. This is kind of like a little show, just like a test show. This is my first one ever, so we'll see how this works. I was thinking that we could definitely do these on like scheduled times so that we constantly have these shows coming out, these little live shows. And I think that'd be really fun to end it off with me really like responding to what you guys have to say in the chat, like I am right now. I also see sounds like scheme was an issue. Okay, and then we see Lions need to sign back Kaepernick. So I'll give you my quick thoughts on Kaepernick. I wouldn't bring in Colin Kaepernick, and that's not at all me saying that Colin Kaepernick isn't a good quarterback. I think it's ridiculous that he's not in the league. I think Colin Kaepernick was really, really good. This dude took a team to a Super Bowl. He took the 49ers to a Super Bowl, and now he's not in the league. Like, that's whack. Now, that being said, I don't think we need to necessarily bring him in. And, well, one, because David Fells, he balled out last game. I mean, give David Fells some credit. I'm not saying he's Colin Kaepernick, but, hey, David Fells, you did your thing. But also, I just don't really think we need that around the team. Maybe you could say it's not like he's a distraction. He may be a little bit of a distraction, right? And it's not anything against him. That's just how things work out with the media. Because, as we know, we're not getting attention right now. But we are going to, get a lot of attention, and maybe not the best way if we bring Colin Kaepernick, because I'm pretty sure that's all anybody would talk about is, hey, whether or not he's going to stand for the national anthem. And that's not, I think, something that we want to be worried about. And I don't think Matt Patricia is going to do that either. I'm glad to have you join the live show club. The more, the better. Hey, Gridiron Blitz. I like doing the live things. Now I got that new Wi-Fi. I can go live a little bit, so that's nice. Every day goes by, and I lose more faith in the Lions. Well, Basher, I don't think you should lose faith in the Lions. I don't know why you're losing faith. You need to let me know why you're losing faith in the Detroit Lions. Is it just because they haven't signed Colin Kaepernick? Because if that is, you're probably going to lose a lot of faith. You know what I'm saying? We also see, so check this out. I think Ty Johnson might just be as fast as Tyreek Hill. Hey, Jordan, I don't think you're wrong on that. Ty Johnson is super, super fast. Now, I don't know how fast he is compared to Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill is like a missile. But at the same time, I think if they were straight out just doing a race, Ty Johnson would definitely keep up with a guy named Tyreek Hill. Mike Johnson in the building say, let's go, let's go. Huge fan of doing always getting honestly from you. Do you really think we can compete for you? Wait, I got to read that again. I cannot English. Do you really think we can compete with an offensive line this brutal? Here's my thing with the offensive line. I'm not saying I'm like I'm confident in this offensive line. I'm not saying I'm super happy with it. I was kind of confused during this offseason that we didn't like draft an offensive lineman. I was like, that's kind of weird. But that just showed me, hey, we got confidence in what we have. Now, we haven't seen tons of the starting offensive line. I think once scheming comes into play, once everybody's back on the field, it's going to be a lot different than what we're seeing now with guys mixing in. I think right now it's kind of like a test just to see what we have, just mix them in, who plays the best together and what really works out. So right now I'm not too worried about that. Any update on contracts? I don't really have any updates on those currently. I know they were saying they were going to talk about them, but he's back. I mean, that was the only updates I have is what happened a while back, and that was that they're back at training camp. But otherwise, I don't really have much on that. I do have one on A'Shawn Robinson, though. A'Shawn Robinson said that he was not worried about his contract at all, any kind of things going on with that. He just wants to win a Super Bowl. So that's a good thing to hear for sure. Everybody needs chill. Lions will be fine. I believe they will be fine as well. Right now is a nice run blocker but beyond that, Ragnow is a really good run blocker, and I'm happy about Frank Ragnow. I think Glasgow is definitely a guy that we can rely on, and he'll get very comfortable. It'll be nice to see Ragnow at that center position. And then, we have our two tackles, so I really like our tackles. It's really just that left guard position. To me, that's a big question mark, and I think that will improve for sure. I still don't understand why Quinn didn't draft Devin Bush. That man is playing lights out in Pittsburgh. I think here's the thing, okay? I know what you're saying because Devin Bush is really good, and trust me, Devin Bush was my favorite player on Michigan last season. I think, say, what if they drafted Devin Bush? Well, then can you go draft Jelani Tavai? Do you really want two linebackers? We needed to fill that tight end position, and that was very important to what their scheme is this offensive season. I would say go fill out that position, right? Now, say you take, like you're saying, Devin Bush. Well, now in the second round, do you draft Jelani Tavai? Do you really want to take your first and second round pick and both get linebackers? You still could, but do you want to do that? Because now in the second round, now you're thinking, okay, let's go get a tight end. But why not get the best tight end? I think that is TJ Hockenson. So I definitely think you could make an argument there. But no, Devin Bush and Irv Smith in the second round would have been the play. I mean, I don't know. I think Irv Smith's really good, and I talked about him before the draft for sure. I just think TJ Hockenson has that whole package, and I think they were really looking at certain things. Knowing, like you guys said, the offensive line maybe is a little bit questionable. To help that out, I think TJ Hockenson can definitely do that for sure. You're predicting the Lions will win 13 games. I really feel it. Hey, I feel that too. That's a really good thought. Okay, let's get 13 wins in the building. Linebacker is more important position than tight end. I think you could say that. You could make that argument. Maybe. Now there was talk about Devin Bush before, the draft happened. D-Block in the building, what up? What's up, D-Block? How you doing? So I think that's kind of one that you just really have to decide on. And I think Matt Patricia defensively can make a lot of things work out of not a lot of good things. You know what I mean? I think we saw last season as he started to turn this team around, or at least the defensive side of the ball. And I think offensively, knowing that he knew like Darrell Bevel was coming in, so knowing you're getting a new offense that's going to be necessary to have a nice tight end, I think it makes sense for Matt Patricia to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to draft a tight end because that's going to be super important to our offense and our whole team because that's going to be really a focal point of our offense. So I think you could definitely make the argument that linebacker is more important. But I still do believe that TJ Hockenson was a nice draft pick. I have no faith in Quinn, but got my hopes up so high last year, he had to prove me wrong. Man, you got to have faith in Quinn, okay? Bob Quinn's definitely done a lot of good things. He's done some things that maybe you haven't loved or maybe questionable things, but he's also done a lot of good things for sure. I'm good. Sorry I missed the tournament, bro. Hey, D-Block, it's all good, man. It's all good. We'll figure it out next time. It'll be better. We had a lot of things to improve on in the tournament. It was definitely the first tournament. Let me just say that. What's up with Justin Coleman? Hey, I don't know what's up with Justin Coleman. What is up with Justin Coleman, Jordan? No, Justin Coleman, I thought he played all right throughout the preseason. But yeah, I think that's mainly all the questions I have. If you guys have any more questions, throw those out there. But again, this is something that I kind of wanted to do, have like a talk show type of thing. Maybe not, like a talk show type of thing, but live. That way you guys can directly involve. And premieres are nice. My record prediction with no optimism will be coming out soon. Okay, that's I can't give you that right now. Now I will. What was I gonna say? I cannot remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think premieres are nice, and if you guys want to see premieres, because if I do premieres, I can edit and put like fancy pictures in here and cut out all the weird parts where I'm not talking, and then make that into a premiere, and you guys can interact kind of like this. But I would be in the chat because I can't live. Like I can't interact with you guys live. So you guys just have to let me know if you guys would be down for that instead, or you like the live aspect better. For me, no optimism 8-8 with optimism 10-6. Well, I mean that's not bad. That's not bad, Basher. It's an improvement on last season, so I'll give you that. Mike Johnson thinking 11-5. I'm thinking more in that realm too, Mike Johnson. I'm thinking a little bit higher, double digits. Definitely a playoff appearance. If I'm not even being optimistic at all, I have a lot of high hopes for this team. I just feel like they're a really good overall team. You think the Patriots will cut Dante Hightower? Okay. And we get him. Hey, that could potentially happen. Right now, that Inman story is definitely the big one here. Him requesting a release from the Patriots, and maybe he guns up with the Detroit Lions. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But a quick recap: we talked about Inman, we talked about Matt Patricia and his thoughts on Myles Killebrew. We also took a look at the over/under for the NFC North. We talked about whether or not Matthew Stafford may be injured, and then we talked about Mike Daniels and Marvin Jones, and then back to practice. So far, a lot of good stories here today. Not anything bad, nothing huge to really break news on at this point. But I thought I would guys do this. Let me know if you guys would rather see premieres, live streams, what you guys want to see with this. Also, go check out my other channel, DoseOfDion Gaming, because as some of you may know from before when I lost my channel, that was definitely a problem. So if you guys subscribe over there, if anything ever happened, you guys would know what's going on because I would be able to explain over there. Okay, Anthony, we got Anthony's question. I agree we're much better than last year, but you need an O-line to compete in the playoffs. Wagner got killed last year, and Decker hasn't done nothing since rookie year. I can 100% agree. I think offensive line is definitely one of the most important parts. So I'm super hopeful that this offensive line is good for 2019 because I believe that is definitely one of the most important positions. And then we have everybody need to stop worrying about the preseason game. They mean nothing. Coach B is not going to give anything away for the season. And I absolutely agree with that as well. He's not going to give away anything, and maybe that's why Matthew Stafford's not playing either, because why give away any part of the offense? Are you going to go live with the DSA anytime soon? I don't know. At this point, I have no idea. It's just kind of, our thing's kind of on the fly. Hey, you want to join? Yeah, I'll join. That's kind of how that goes. So that's not really scheduled out like other things are. And Glasgow's average gets bull rushed. Glasgow's, you could say he's about an average type of player. My problem with this offseason is that they could have signed Anthony Barr and still drafted TJ and then drafted either Greedy in the cornerback second round. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on Greedy Williams for sure. Anthony Barr ended up back with the Vikings, I believe, so that was kind of a hard move for us to make. And plus, we would have had to spend a lot of money there for Anthony Barr. So overall, I'm not mad about this. I really like what I'm seeing from Tavai, and to draft that player was nice. I can see why you want Greedy. I have no problems with you thinking Greedy, because at the time I was really on for Greedy. I was on the Greedy hype train. But at this point, say Tavai wasn't playing well, I'd be like, dang, we should have got a cornerback. But at this point, I'm okay with it. I think we'll be all right. I think Matt Patricia will figure out how to make this thing work. I have confidence in this Detroit Lions team. You said Tavai's a beast. Tavai is really good, and that definitely is a really good thing to see, because after the draft, there was a lot of questionable thoughts. But now, knowing what we know from Tavai, at least from 2 preseason games, he looks really good. Who do you think will get the backup QB spot? Honestly, I think David Fowles is going to get the backup quarterback spot, and you can hate me for that if you want to, but I like what I saw from David Fowles after the first preseason game. It wasn't a good preseason game. I'm not going to try to protect him, but at the same time, the offensive line was playing so bad, it was kind of hard. Like 9 sacks, what are you going to do with that? Tavai is better each game. I absolutely believe he does, and that's really nice to see. Fells proved me wrong. Hey, he proved a lot of people wrong, okay? And yeah, it's just one game, so we'll have to wait. I want to see consistency, though. That's really what I'm worried about. I don't need to see crazy games, not crazy throws, just consistency. You're going to make mistakes here and there, but be consistent throughout, and you can be a backup quarterback. We got to see Stafford against the Bills for at least 1 quarter. And that would, I think this week's obviously the best chance that we see Stafford, knowing that it's the 3rd preseason game. I guess it will be DF at David Fowles' backup, right? Harris is going to be a stud. Harris is nice. Do you think we keep 3 quarterbacks? I don't. Not on the 53-man roster. I see 2 quarterbacks. Obviously, we'll keep one around on the practice squad. Don't know who that will be. But we'll just have to wait and see. Josh Johnson probably will get better. And I'm hopefully he'll get more comfortable. If that's what you're talking about, Josh Johnson, he will get more comfortable. And I think him being a veteran, he knows how the game works. Maybe there's not going to be a lot of improvements in his game necessarily. But for him, it's just going to be getting comfortable with his offense, getting the timing down. Those are the 2 things that practicing with the team longer and longer definitely helps with. Can't learn the offense in 4 days. Exactly. That's exactly right. So he needs some more time and he'll be all right. Hope Tease plays Friday. I definitely hope Tease plays. I want to see Tease Tabor back on the field. We need Tease out there. He's fighting for that spot. We need to see you on the field. That way you can literally fight for your spot. Stafford doesn't have to play in preseason at all. I don't think he has to play in the preseason. I think definitely this week's the best chance, obviously, because we haven't seen him yet and it's week 3 of the preseason. But I don't think we need to see him play. I wouldn't be mad if he didn't play. And then we have Josh Johnson look better than Savage. You think Josh didn't look better than Savage? Well, you got to remember, Savage only threw 3 passes, and he was like 2 for 3 for 44 yards, I believe it was. I think Savage looked fine to me. We just didn't see a lot of him because, unfortunately, injuries happen. And like I said, I hate that about the NFL. We will be this season Bears. And that's a really good way to describe it, right? From the bottom to the top, baby. And I can't remember. There was another team last season that did it too. They went from the bottom to the top. There was another team on that list, not just the Bears, but I can't remember who that is. Are you concerned at all with the rookies who didn't receive as much hype as right now, such as James Daniels and Braden Smith had much better rookie years? Especially past pro. So am I concerned with guys like Frank Ragnow? Not at all. Frank Ragnow moving to that center position is where he's going to be comfortable. So I think Frank Ragnow is going to be even better this season than he was last season. Bears defense is still great. Bears defense is very good. Savage made 2 great throws and got crushed. Right. Savage unfortunately had to go down with that injury, so we didn't get to see a lot from him. We didn't get a nice sample size. So right now, we don't even know if he's going to make the team. Can the Lions make the playoffs? Definitely Supreme Entertainment. Definitely can make the playoffs. The thing is, Stafford has statistically had the best season when he has played all 4 preseason games. Okay, well, I didn't know that as a stat. I'm pretty sure that would have been if he played all preseason games, because he used to play a lot of the preseason games for sure. But I don't know if that correlates. It may mean something. It may not. We'll see. Frank Ragnow was a safe pick. Amazing pickup. Yeah, I like Frank Ragnow. Definitely helped him out. Knowing our offense find out, it's great that we brought in Frank Ragnow when we did. So something that is also huge, Patricia doesn't care about how the fans or public feels about playing Stafford. And I don't think he should. I don't think Matt Patricia should. I think Matt Patricia should care about his fans because we are the fans. But, we bring everything going, make everything go, and they should care to win. And honestly, as a fan, if you win, that's all we care about. I mean, honestly, for me, at least, if I'm speaking for myself here at least, if you win, that's all I care about, okay? I'm going to be a fan regardless, but if you win, that's really what I care about. You think Ibushi is better than Wiggins? Yeah, we need to see some more of Ibushi for sure. Bo sucks, gets bullied every play. Bo has definitely struggled. Can the Lions get Dez Bryant or any other wide receivers can make the playoffs too? I would be down with another wide receiver, not Dez Bryant. Not Dez. I don't want Dez on this team. I've never liked Dez, so I don't know about that one. 2-2 sounds good. At the bye, 3-1 better. Hey, if we went 2-2 at the bye, I'd be happy because our first 4 games are tough. And I do believe we will win that Monday night game against the Packers week 5. I'll be fine with 2-2, but 1-3 is in the table, right? 1-3 could definitely happen, and that could still mean we make the playoffs with that start. Can the Lions please win a Super Bowl before I die? Hey, this year, Basher, believe it, this year. What's my 40-yard dash? Ooh, my 40-yard dash is slow. I haven't done one. What was my 40-yard dash? I'm slow, Jordan. Like, I'm not like unathletic. I mean, I'm not saying I'm super athletic, but I'm not unathletic. I'm not fast. Like, that's just my thing, Jordan. Like, I can play sports. I'm just not fast. So that's just kind of how it rolls me, Jordan. Probably like 5 something. I don't know. Yeah, Jordan, I'm tease fast. That's what I am. I'm definitely 5'7" is his dash a little. Hey, it's probably something like that, Shane. It's definitely something like that. I am tease fast for sure. Me and tease tip. Maybe that's why I like tease tip. Maybe that's why I'm ready for tease, because I know we have the same 40 time. Do you think we will ever use Melvin in zone coverage? Oh yeah, we're gonna mix in zone a lot. Dose of dash. We're definitely gonna mix in the zone a lot. I'm down with the zone for sure. I really like what Matt Patricia does and how he puts his players in position to succeed. So we'll figure out who's best at what. The Lions have an easy schedule. Expect them to face the Chiefs and Bears. Their schedule is pretty easy. You think the Lions have an easy schedule? T's going to make some noise when he gets a chance. I hope so. I want to see T's go out there and give me a pick. Give me a pick, T's. That's what we want to see. 16-0 sounds great, but that won't happen. Not even in our dreams, LOL. Hey, it happened before. Hey, it happened on Madden. I was doing a Madden simulation and the Patriots went 16-0, but I guess that's not us, too. Chiefs taking the L100. Facts. Nickster Gaming. Hey, I like that name. The Nickster Gaming, that's 100% true. That would be crazy if we ended up in the pros and played for the Lions. If I ended up in the pros and played for Lions, Jordan, Jordan. That would be whack, Jordan. That wouldn't happen though, man. I ain't trying to get hit like that. I seen players get hit. I'm not trying to get hit like that in football, so I'm okay with that. I'm good. The team that I predict is completely go below expectations in the Vikings. I'm hearing that there won't be Melvin Gordon during the Chargers game. He may not. Who are the NFC team? Oh, wait, I can't even talk. Who are the NFL team that will make the playoffs? Worst quarterback in our division. Who's the worst? You think Cousins is? I think Cousins, you can make the argument, is the worst quarterback. I don't know all the NFC teams that make the division, the playoffs. I would say Lions will, and then I would have to go through that. For sure. How is Justin Coleman taking such a step down after performance of elite at his position a couple of years now? Justin Coleman, Justin Coleman's a weird player. I'm not gonna lie. Justin Coleman was not great early in his career by any means. Then he popped into that slot position, and they're like, hey, that works for you. And I said it before in his breakdowns, Justin Coleman's never got paid like he has at Detroit. This is a new thing. So we need to step up. We need him to step up. And honestly, he hasn't been great for like that long. I mean, it's not like a long period of time he's been great. It's really once you switch that slot position, he got a lot better. Best quarterback in the version, 1 Stafford, 2 Riders, 3 producing, 4 Cousins. He's going to ball with Tracy and Slade. That's chemistry. That's actual chemistry for real. That's definitely chemistry. So I appreciate all you guys joining for this first show. I think we've been running for about 30 minutes, 25 minutes or something like that at this point. But I hope if you guys enjoyed this and you want to see more of these on a daily type of thing, definitely check it out. Again, go check out or just subscribe to my other channel, okay? Just go to DoseOfDion Gaming and subscribe to it. Just like this, there's no spaces, DoseOfDion Gaming. That way, in case anything ever happened over here, I'm not saying it will, but it has before, I could tell you guys what's going on over there, okay? I don't want to have any kind of problems like that ever happen again. We're going to need a long snapper in the next few years. Don Muehlbach is he's ageless, so he's gonna be good. You like asking questions live? Okay, that's what I thought would make more sense. I'm definitely gonna have to work on some stuff. Yeah, I'm just I'm trying my best. I didn't want to actually have like a green as background. I do have a sweet poster that says like DoseOfDion Sports YouTuber, but that's over there, and I can't really sit over there because it's kind of small. It's by my bed and stuff. So yeah. If I'm a Lions player, I'll cuss out every negative Detroit media who interview me. Hey, Rocco. Okay. Okay. That was kind of out of nowhere, but I got you. Davis is going to make the Pro Bowl. Davis is good, bro. He did 100 tackles. He's just going to get better. I mean, this defense is going to help him out. With so much talent around him, he's just going to be better. So I think we'll wrap this thing up in maybe like another minute. If you guys want to throw in any last questions, definitely do that. But again, I appreciate all of you guys showing up to this. Just a new type of thing that I thought I would try out. So thank you guys for showing up. This is awesome. Now, let me actually get my story thing out of the way. That way I can, see. Oh, I can see myself now. Hey, this don't look too bad. Freaking Christian Jones looked hawk. Hey, Chris, dude, these linebackers are scary. I'm not kidding. He's getting smarter every year. True. Jared Davis is big, bro. Jared Davis is like a truck. No lie. Will we ever see Tabai off the edge soon? We may. I mean, hey, Matt Patricia does a lot of wacky things, and I would not be surprised to see Tabai on the edge because Tabai is one of those long type of linebackers, similar to like guys like Kennard. So I would not be surprised. Top 5 quarterbacks ATM. What's ATM mean? At this minute? Oh, I don't know if that's what that means. I don't know what ATM means, to be honest. I feel dumb, but I don't know those little word things. I don't know what those mean. Jared Davis over Brock Lesnar. What are your thoughts on Danny Amendola? And is he better than Tate? No, he's not better than Tate. Not at this point in his career. But I do like the security blanket that he kind of brings. Oh, at this moment. Hey, I was at this moment, I was close. Top 5 quarterbacks at this minute. Matthew Stafford, David Fales, Tom Sutton. No, I was kidding. I don't know. I don't know. I think Tom Brady's still the GOAT. You got some. I hate saying Aaron Rodgers, so I'm not even gonna throw him in there. Oh my goodness, the Nickster Gaming. Wow. Okay, let's just. Let's move on from that comment. Do you think Johnson will get over 1,000 yards rushing? Without a doubt. I don't even think it'll be close. He might hit it like through game 13. Do you think K. Johnson will? Oh, I already read that. Okay. Is Stafford or Fails behind you? Is that Stafford? Oh, this is Stafford. No, I don't have no fat head of Fails. Hey, that'd be goofy. If I had a David Fails David Fails like what is this? A fat head. That'd be kind of weird, but it'd be kind of cool too because no one else would have that. I don't really know if you could buy those. I would have to figure out how to buy those first. If the Lions win a Super Bowl, you have to be bold. If I have to be bold, what does that mean? Whoa, what do you mean by be bold? If the Lions win a Super Bowl, I already read that. I keep reading the same thing over and over. I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean it like that. Max would be crazy and obnoxious with the Stafford comments. No, I got you. I was just saying that because what it does is if you guys type stuff like that, it doesn't show up, so no one can see it. So just keep that in mind. Like it just only I can see it. And it's like really hard to read. So I don't know why. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, okay, we need to to dare Dose to do something like cut his hair if we lose more than 7 games. I'll go bald. Dang, if we lose more than 7 games, go bald. Yo, I might have to do that. That might be fun. But bro, I would literally be freaking out every single game. I would oh, you meant bald. Okay, you go bald. Hey, if we win a Super Bowl, I'll go bald. 100 right now. If we won the Super Bowl this season, I will shave my hair off if you guys want me to. Like, no joke. Seriously. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, we're going to burn the city down and sing We Never Started the Fire. Hey, okay, that's kind of, I don't think we'd burn the city down. That probably wouldn't be the best idea, but I see what you're saying there. We got to beat the Cardinals to carry on momentum, right? I think Cardinals is a huge game, but I do believe we'll win that game because I did make a video saying 5 teams that we will beat this season. The Cardinals came in there. To go 6-10 or below, you go bald as well because I'm hyped because you hyped them up. Hey, I'll do that, and I'll go on a live stream and I'll sit there bald and I'll be like, you can flame me, roast me, whatever you got to do. I was wrong. I thought they would be better than this. Detroit, we hear. What up, though? One Pride. What's up, Jay White? How did I become a Lions fan? From my dad. Just that simple. I have a pretty lame story there. You know, I was just always a Lions fan when I grew up. I liked Barry Sanders back then. You know, here's a weird story, and I've never really told people this, but when I used to play Madden, because I used to play Madden when I was like really little. 2006 was my first Madden. I was super little, but I would make like Barry Sanders, but I didn't know like what he looked like or what team he played on. So I would create Barry Sanders, like create a player and put him on the Patriots because I thought that was the Lions. I was so confused back then. And I would just make him like as big as I could. I didn't know what Barry Sanders looked like. I just knew Barry Sanders was good. So that's what was kind of weird about that. I don't know why I threw that in there, but I thought I would for fun. Dye your hair blonde like Chase Winovich. Hey, that'd be sick. And then just let it curl out. Hey, there we go. How old are you, by the way? I don't know, man. How old are you? Do you think Marvin could lead the league in receiving yards and TDs? I think he still do. We missed him last year, like number 1, even though Galladay is ago. Hey, that'd be tough. The reason that'd be tough is because we do have a guy named Galladay and Hockenson and all these weapons. If he was like a lone player, like Odell's probably going to have a lot of stats with the Browns, most likely, because he's kind of like a lone wolf type of there. I know they have like Landry and stuff, but he's, we have a lot of weapons, so I don't think Matthew Stafford will actually have not Stafford. I don't think Marvin Jones will have those big of numbers. But Marvin Jones is very underrated. He's very slept on. I like to coach before Patricia. If we can't win 8 games this year, we need to get rid of him and go back to our old coach, at least win 10 games. You're talking about Caldwell? You like Caldwell? I didn't dislike Caldwell. I mean, he did get us the playoffs, so you got to give him respect for that. I think we'll have top 10 offense and defense, true. Yeah, we did win 11 games. Our 11-5 season 2014 happened. I think that was his first year with the Lions too. One thing I didn't really like is how, I don't know. I mean, Matt Patricia's kind of doing the same thing. I feel like they didn't have any emotion on the sideline, but hey, win's a win. So I guess that's it. You're right, bro. Hockenson looked fast the other night, and Marvin Jones keeps saying this is my season. Hey, it could be his season. I hope it is. I'm rooting for you, Marvin Jones. Go make this your season. Like, I got no problems with that. Hey, this kind of stream went on a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought this was going to be like a 30-minute thing, and then you guys start hitting me up, and hey, boom, here we are. So, yeah, again, thank you guys for coming out. This is cool. We can definitely do these for like an hour. What's up, these Zenis? Hey, I don't know how to say your name. I tried my best, okay? But I'm glad you're here. What's up? I definitely should have brought my charger. I didn't think we would be on this long. So is that it? Everybody good? Everybody got anything else to say? I put out like 3 videos today, so you guys should go check that out if you have not. And then again, yeah, I'm not trying to like push on you, but just go to that gaming channel, because when we did do our tournament, a lot of the gaming stuff was over there, that DoseOfDion gaming channel. So if you guys go over there, you definitely see a lot of stuff. Just call me Dennis. Okay, that's what I was gonna do, and it was like, wait, why is there a Z in there? I was like, all right, I don't know what to say. Keep up the great work. Hey, Salter, I appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. You think the Vikings take a step back because they haven't improved their team needs? The Vikings take a step back. I think definitely could. They haven't got a lot better, I don't think. I think they definitely kind of just held on throughout the offseason. Why know your video? Hey, some of them, they look green. I don't look, sometimes the thing doesn't edit right, and it doesn't like completely cut off the background. And I'm like, why in the world is it like that? And I don't want to like redo the video, because when I redo it, it's just, look, when you redo a video, it's so awkward because you're saying the same thing over and you're like, oh my gosh, I should not be saying the same thing over. So as long as it gets by, sometimes I do it. Sometimes it'll happen. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. Brett Wallman, love the channel. I appreciate that. Joseph, you keep making videos. I will keep watching. One Pride. Hey, that's what I like to hear. All right, yeah. Thank you all for coming in. I guess we'll wrap up the episode here. It's about 36 minutes long, and we can do more of these for sure. Just let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of these. We'll flip to division rivals, sure. I hope Powell makes a team. He's a stud. Powell is really good. We'll see if he makes a team, though. It's very deep, and especially if Inman gets signed, it'll be tough. It'll be tough sledding. Let me just say that. Now, before I say him out, I'm actually going to click this button, and then I'm going to say, Bruce, thanks for joining, man. Go Blue and go Lions. That's exactly right. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.